that's one of the reasons why we had such a large crew. One of the reasons why we shot for as many days as we did was simply because, you know, it takes time to set up and to try to capture something. And in addition to that, I kind of bucked the system in a way that I also made a period film.
Yes, I know. This takes place in 1980.
Right.
During the Iran hostage crisis. We have a caller. Hello, caller. Say hello to us.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
You have a question for Rory and Melissa, or both?
Hi, yeah, I sure do. How are you guys?
Great.
Good start.
Good.
Warm under these lights.
Well, hey, this is... I'm calling from San Francisco, and I am curious to find out what you guys are currently working on, what your next project is.
Because you love the first one so much already.
Exactly.
All right. Well, maybe we'll jump ahead then, just to answer your question, because you were so kind to call. And go ahead, tell us about your next film.
Well, actually, we're again working together. This project is a little bit different in that it's not a narrative; it's a documentary. And what we're doing is we're doing a documentary on the founder of Cafe Trieste, Papa Gianni, who is here. The original location is in North Beach,
right? And
they now have locations in Berkeley and in San Jose, and actually all over the city now.
Oh, I didn't know he had so many.
Yeah, there's one on New Montgomery. There's one on Market.
Isn't there a Trieste like across the street from the studio?
Yes. Yeah, actually there is.
And you know, my audio operator is a producer, and he produces his show in the Trieste.
Okay, wow. That's great. So yeah, so it was one of those things where while I was in film school, you know, I always say while we were in film school, because
the honorary degree.
Melissa got she got her degree by proxy because she worked on everything that I worked on.
They let you do it in the school. They didn't say, get out, you're not matriculated.
Exactly.
Right.
They're like, oh good, you have help.
So is your job as producer particularly different for a documentary than it was for a narrative?
Yes.
How so?
I don't have to go location scouting or secure all these things.
Is it easier?
It's kind of like, not really. Okay. It's just different. It's like fly by the seat of your pants. Hey, let's do an interview now. Things are right. Let's go. Let's do it. So we throw all the gear in the car and we go do it. So it's a little nerve-wracking not knowing, not having a schedule, but sometimes that's a little freeing too. Yeah. It's like, oh well, let's see what happens. Non-scripted. Now,
for the end part, the post part, when you have to find distribution, that's a completely different situation than finding distribution for narrative. Film festivals take both. Right. But if you were looking for money,
yes,
for instance, a little payback, a little something, you would go to probably different sources, would you not?
Yes.
Because this is something you have to think about.
Yes, because at this point it is, especially not being related to school at all, we do want it to go out into the world, not only for the information and for the cultural value of it, but we're hoping to make some money, you know, to return the time and money invested, but also to have the whole world see it. So it's, yeah, we're going to have to do a lot more as far as the distribution of this film.
You know, maybe the first thing we should do is talk about the websites, so that people can go see what you're doing, and then if you said, we're showing in a movie?
Yes.
You're collecting a mailing list to let everybody know. Yes, so tell us about your websites.
Okay, well, our main website is dissavepictures.com.
Spell?
DISSAVE pictures, so it's all one word. Dissave Pictures, and that's our main site, and it kind of talks a little bit about us, and it talks about some of the people that we've worked with.
And that's you for hire as well.
Right.
So that you don't have to resort to writing anymore.
Yeah, well, yeah.
That's a joke.
Well, the writing part is, you know, the one thing that is really, because, you know, as I wrote Once Beautiful Past, I knew I was going to direct it, and you have a way of kind of having some shortcuts that I don't have to interpret it to someone else. So when you're actually writing, so what I've done now is I'm actually writing scripts, and I'm writing them as though I'm not going to direct them. I would love to, but of course these are feature films, and there would be a substantial budget involved, and it would be a completely different kind of animal.
Let people write that down while DissavePictures.com. OnceBeautifulPast.com. Right. And we don't have any screenings coming up of Once Beautiful Past yet. But if they look at that website, or either website, because you've got links to each other, we'll find out, because you're still applying to film festivals for that. Any chance you're going to get on Bravo or IFC or Sundance?
Hopefully.
Working on it.
Working on it.
Your job.
My job. Working on it.
You're just the creative person with the pretty
Just
scarf.
the creative person.
She. Writing more feature films.
Yes.
What else did we want to talk about here? So, when are you going to be finished with Papa Johnny?
Oh, there is a website for
Papa Johnny.
For the documentary. So it's fishermandoc.DissavePictures.com.
Well, if they went to Dissave Pictures, they could click
There's
on
a link.
Yeah,
Yes.
And you have an IMDb site.
Yeah, we got on IMDb, which is actually not an easy thing. You don't just submit and they accept you. You
Actually, it's harder for filmmakers than for actors. Actors, every now and then I go through IMDb comparing to my resume to see if any of my movies there. Then I can update my page. Once you guys get it on, then I can copy on for my site. But yeah, they have a lot of qualifications for that, don't they?
Well, it took about 3 months, because you submit and then they send you an email back that says, okay, this is what you submitted, and then they look at it, and if they find a problem, then they don't really send you a specific thing that says you misspelled this or this is wrong. They just, everything fails, and you have to go back through and look at all of it.
Well, it's not just that. It's also, did you just make a home movie and nobody's seen it? You know, it's got to be more than just. And I guess because you got into one festival so far, that makes you a real filmmaker.
Yeah, without getting into a festival, they wouldn't accept it.
Right.
So
I wonder if you had home distribution, like on your website, buy this movie for $10, would that get you on IMDb? It might.
I don't know. But actually, IMDb just started a new thing where you can actually screen and or sell your film on IMDb.
Do they keep a proportion?
I haven't looked that far into it yet.
Agent fee.
But it's kind of nebulous, because if you screen the film to the world, some film festivals won't accept it any longer.
Oh, that's right. Well, like Sundance, you have to be the first.
Yeah. So you have to kind of wait until you've run usually it's a year and a half. And then once you've done that, then we can start looking into some other avenues of distribution. And
once you've finished going to film festivals, which don't pay anyway.
Right.
They don't pay. We got to close shop now. Ben X is coming out. Oh, Ben X is all about the inside of an autistic mind. You might find this interesting. It's like a young deteriorating mind. That's nice getting inside. And you always wonder, is that really what it sounds like inside there? But so we're going to close with Ben X, Rory Dean, Melissa K. Dean. Thank you both so much. My regards to the dogs at home.
Oh, thank you.
Visit the wolves again. Oh, I love the wolves.
The wolves.
Oh, the wolves. But that's a whole other thing. If you search enough, you'll find her photos, the beautiful photos. You'll see the dog, the Italy, the whole life laid bare before us.
Everything that goes into creating a film.
And so much more. All right. Good night from Movie Closer. We'll talk again soon. Bye-bye.